Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the American Harp Society live stream in honor of Giving Tuesday. So, we are very, very happy to be here all day with volunteers who are giving their time to share their music and share their experiences with the American Harp Society with you. And we couldn't be happier. And we are so lucky to start our day off in Toronto, Ontario, with Juno Award winner Angela Schwarzkopf uh, for the best classical album, solo or on chamber music. Is that right, Angela?
Yeah,
For
that's right.
2020. Yeah, it was amazing. And it was a virtual award ceremony, and we put it up, and it was really cool. And Angela was super surprised, and it's a great, great album. And Angela's going to start the morning off by performing the lead track from the album. It's called Detach by Canadian composer Monica Pierce. So, Angela, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So before I begin, I'm just going to read for you the program notes that go with this piece. Detach is about blowing a kiss goodbye to a set of plans, skipping a rock over still water, and trying to find a light switch in an unfamiliar room.
Fantastic. Sounded great, Angela. So,
Thank you.
um, yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's so evocative. It's like I can tell exactly that, she can't find the light switch. You know what I'm saying? And then at the end, you just kind of get it. I love how she used the extended techniques really evocatively. They're not, it's just everything fits what she's looking for in the piece. Did you work
Hmm.
with her on that, or did Monica do this entirely on her own?
Well, she actually wrote another piece for me first, which is the companion piece, which is called Attach, hilariously, and then this is Detach.
Yeah, I
And
love it.
in Attach, before she wrote it, we met and we went through, writing for the harp, different techniques you can use, extended techniques, all different kinds of things. And there was some extended techniques in Attach, but when we decided to do Detach, she definitely dived more and more into it, and
Yeah.
she really did it on her own. Sent me a draft, and we talked through what worked and what needed to be adjusted. But yeah, I was really all her.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Really fantastic. And it's a great album. And,
Thank
you
you.
know, and Canada was correct to award you the Juno Award for 2020 because it's a fantastic album. So there.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, I love it. What a great way to start the day. It's like, oh yeah, I can't. Where's the light? You know, I like it. It's getting started. It's all good. So, Angela, there's so much that I'd love for the Harp Society membership to know about you. I hardly know where to start, in all honesty. But why don't you? I know. Um, what's the attraction for you of the Harp Society?
Well, I mean, the harp is such a special and unique instrument. We all know that. We're all harpists. But to have so many harpists who can come together and come together regularly for different events is incredible. Like, just, I think I first became attracted to the Harp Society. Well, I first became attracted through my local chapter, which was at the time called the Toronto chapter of the American Harp Society. Now it's the Ontario chapter.
Mhm.
And I competed in their scholarship program and in various programs they had, and then went on to end up being president of my local chapter for many years. But even before that, I was starting to explore our parent organization, the American Harp Society. I was attending my first conferences as a student, participating in master classes, and just being amazed that these opportunities were even here. Just the chance to go and be with other harpists and to hear harpists from around the world. I remember my first conference, I played in the master class for Isabel Moretti, and she came and she played a recital, and it was like my brain just exploded in like
Yeah.
how incredible she was and how much I learned in that time. And just like everything everything I know about the harp site just keeps getting better and better. Like I keep learning even now about new programs and different things that the society's doing, and I'm just constantly drawn to it because it just keeps providing amazing opportunities for harpists. And I think some of them people don't know about, and I'm always like, did you know?
Yeah, there's a lot to know, believe it or I mean, yeah, there's a lot to know. And for those of you who are listening and don't know Angela, first of all, get to know her better because she's pretty special. But Angela, having moved from chapter president, is on the editorial board for the American Harp Journal. She's a fantastic writer herself, writes for Harp Column magazine often, and she's also serving on the board of directors and is the second vice president right now. So in line, for the succession, should anything happen to the president or to Lillian Lau. But we really value, I mean, Angela's contributions are so fresh, and the perspective is so important. And it's, the contributions of that you're making are helping to sort of create those programs and move the society forward in different ways. And that's what makes a difference. But I think it's great. And we're so grateful to have you here. So
Oh,
grateful on Giving Tuesday.
thank you.
It's our chance to let the membership know who we are and who's serving them, who's volunteering their service and their time to make the society better. And I'm going to try to say throughout the day, because I'm not always sure, but people need to know that everyone who is elected to serve, or who serves as a chapter officer, or runs a committee, or is on the board of directors, or is one of the national officers, we're all volunteers. We volunteer our time because we feel that it's important and that there's a lot that can be done. And you can see this in the evolution of the Toronto chapter into the Ontario chapter, and their reach, and where they're serving, the harpists and the harp communities they're serving. It's really just astonishing. So we're really grateful, Angela.
It's
And
really grateful to be here.
thanks. Thanks. I think and that was that Baton Rouge, that was the Baton Rouge conference in 1998. Was that?
Oh, it was in Detroit.
Oh, she played in Detroit in 2008. She did. Yes, Isabel did. She did the final. That was an interesting conference because they moved from student experiences through all the way through everything you can imagine to this ultimate concert, solo concert with Isabel Moretti. And part of the reason for that was because there's such a commitment to education in the state of Michigan and to the number of schools that have harp programs. So they highlighted everything from Cass Technical High School through the Interlochen Center for the Arts and on through all of these other programs, and ended with Isabel. Yeah, that was a good experience.
It was awesome. It was my first conference experience, and I'm hooked.
Yeah. It was, there was a chamber music program at that conference where Jennifer Swartz played and Bridget Kibbe played.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. It was brilliant, interesting, phenomenal new music with great artists. So it was really cool. I have one unrelated question, just because I'm curious. You did this entire album of new works by Canadian composers, not all female, but many female composers, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
Where do we get the music? I mean, how can harpists, this is, I think, one of the hurdles that we have to help move forward, is once we hear this music and once we want to pursue something, sometimes now with decentralized publishing, it's hard to find things.
Right. So, sorry, are you asking me how to, just to clarify, get new music made or find the new music that's now out there?
Find the music that, for example, you've commissioned and performed and that other people are commissioning and performing.
Yes.
It's just, sometimes it seems challenging.
Absolutely. Well, I know some of the music is available through the Canadian Music Center in Canada, and you can order music online through that, and lots of it, there's lots of digital downloads that you can do through that as well. So I know some of the music is there, and some of it you might have to just go through the composer's websites and email them directly. But that makes me think about the fact that some of the pieces on my album actually were AHS grant recipients, and I submit the scores to the AHS. So I think they live on, you can tell me, Lynn, they live on somewhere there too.
They do, but we don't have publication rights to them.
Oh, right.
They live on in the archives. I'd love it if we could do more to promote on our website where to find these commissioned works. And that's a project that we want to pursue. But in the meantime, I just think it's so interesting because there's so much incredibly vital activity happening. And sometimes helping harpists to know where they can get this music is something that can be a hurdle for some people. So the more we can do, the better. But we'll send them to the composers' websites for now. And
I really agree about that. And it's funny because part of this project was to get this music known and to get it into the hands of people who want to play it. And it gets to a certain point where it's a little hard to get that one step further and to get that music published and available and really easily accessible. But I think we're getting there. We're coming to that. I just had one of my university students the other day was saying she wanted to play one of the chamber pieces for my album and found it from the Canadian Music site. So I do Canadian Music Center. Check it out for sure.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Canadian Music Center ca.org, I think. And
I
it's
can't remember.
CENTRE, Canadian Music Century, as we would say in the United States, just to get the letter order right. Yeah, and here a little plug for the conference in 2022. Angela and her flutist will be playing as the Topaz duo. And Angela, bring some of these solos, bring the scores, because there is the artist table. Once you are performing, you can sell any music that you want on that table, whether it's related to you and Callie playing. Is it Callie?
Kylie.
Kylie, thanks. Or other works that you are committed to. So bring it along, and then it'll be available for people to pick up and take home, which is
Definitely.
super. That's what we really want. So, all right, I'm going to let you go. I know you've got a big day, and I really appreciate you doing this morning. Thank you so much.
My
For
pleasure.
everybody who's following our stream, you can give to the Harp Society on Giving Tuesday at the link that's across the screen. And this is a crowd source funding day. This is not a day focused on massive individual gifts. $5, $10, a gift to the American Harp Society today makes a huge difference, because we're all coming together to do this, and together we can make opportunities for the harpists like Angela, whose first conference in 2008, as she said, just blew her mind. And that's what we want to do for every young harpist out there if we can. So appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. See you later.